Welcome to Around the Diamond podcast with Alec and Brad. Let's dive right in. Today on the show is our top 40 prospects show, as well as talking about the Brandon Lau and Shane Boss trade in full discussion. But we will get to our top 40 prospects starting now. And let me just get through this on my end with my computer, because my computer decides that at the most random time. Okay, our number 40 prospect is Rays first baseman / outfielder Trey Morgan, and here is Brad with the stats and the breakdown of Trey Morgan.
Okay, Trey Morgan. Let's see here. Okay, well, of course. Now, why doesn't this pop up? Of course. I'm having technical difficulties now, too. Hang on a second. Let me see here. Let me go. Trey Morgan. Let me see if it pops up. There we go. So he is currently in Durham, which is the AAA team for the Rays. Okay, and let me see if I can get his. No, I mean, I would love to follow him, but I'm not in the. That's not what I need. I don't need to follow the guy. I need to know what his stats are. Here we go. Top prospects. I think that's where we were last year. Let's see here.
Stick with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a little bit of a.
Yep. Trying to remember what we did last year, or we did this show a year ago. How we did this. Trying to remember. Let's see. I got Trey Morgan there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go back. Type him in. Trey Morgan. Okay. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, cool. I got it on my phone. Okay. So he had 328 at-bats last year. He had 274 with 8 homers, 45 ribbies, 8 stolen bases. His OPS was 810 with Durham. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's where those were his stats a year ago for Trey Morgan.
Okay, so now we're going to try to think, is he going to be up this year for the Rays? Obviously, if he is, it's probably not going to be in the outfield because, as we know, the Rays already have a log jam in the outfield. Specifically, the corner.
I could see him, Bud, playing first because you have, well, I don't know, because Yandy Diaz obviously will be.
Could you slide Aranda over to second?
I was going to say that Jonathan Aranda is at first base, so I mean, unless you kind of do
because you don't have a second baseman, right? Technically, you don't have a second baseman right now, unless you want to move Chandler Simpson to second base.
Could Morgan play second, or is he just strictly a first baseman?
He's a first baseman in an outfield, and I think he's also DH'd for Durham. Okay, so maybe because there's rumors out there that Yandy might get traded. So,
funny thing is, I have a Yandy Diaz bobblehead and a Pete Fairbanks bobblehead, and Pete Fairbanks is a free agent, so he's gone.
Well, I don't know if you saw Pete Fairbanks sign with the Marlins.
Oh boy! Well, there's a stick to the Rays.
Yeah. But so could you see Trey Morgan being up this year for the Rays?
I could, Bud. Yes, I definitely, like you said, I don't think it'll be in the outfield because they have a lot of outfielders. I mean, he was drafted in just 2 years or 3 years ago in 2023 in round 3. So I mean, he's about at that time to come up. And I mean,
I can see if they trade Yandy, him being the DH.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. But I mean,
Or if they
exactly.
bring
If they
him
trade
up
Diaz.
and because Josh Lowe can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
So
No.
you
No.
maybe then you move Josh Lowe and have him. You still want him to play every day, but you could have him and Yanni be like a rotation at DH, and then that opens a spot in the outfield for maybe Trey Morgan or Jacob Melton or both.
Or both, yeah. You move Aranda around and have him play first and second too, and let Trey play at first. Do you have some
Yeah.
options?
Prospect number 39 is right-handed pitcher from the New York Mets, R.J. Gordon. And
RJ?
some of these guys are new to the list. They were not on our prospect list last year.
I
I
don't
tried to
remember
change
this
it up.
kid. I don't remember this kid being on there. He is playing for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Well, that's quite a name for a minor league team. The Double A
I
affiliate.
swear these minor league teams, they just come up with the most creative
Yeah.
names.
Um.
The Rumble Ponies, the Yard Goats.
That's quite some names in the minor leagues. He pitched 26 games, 11-3, 3.36 ERA. He pitched just under 129 innings, strikeouts 147, and his WHIP was 1.24. That's not
Not
bad.
too shabby.
Not too bad at all.
Now, the question for him is we know that the Mets need pitching. Could we see RJ Gordon this year?
I would say, Bud, let's see how he does in the in spring training
Spring.
in the spring. If he lights it up, or even does good, yes, I could see him definitely being called up.
Could you see the Mets starting him in AAA?
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, if he doesn't do well, I think he slides. I think he goes to AAA, and then he's right there for them to pick up if need.
Well, because they've got I would say he's probably third in line because you got Sproat, you got Tong, who both came up last year.
Okay.
And one or both of them might be in the opening day rotation for the Mets.
Right. Okay.
But if he does good in spring, I could absolutely see him coming up for the Mets this year.
Yes. Yep.
Prospect number 38 is right-handed pitcher George Klassen from the Angels. And I believe he was on our list last year at in the 40s.
I think he was, but I think he was. Let me get that.
So he's a big time riser in our rankings.
Okay, so Glasson is with the AAA affiliate Salt Lake Bees. Now, there's another interesting name for a minor league team. Wow. Not a very good year last year. He started 25 games. He was 4-12 with a 5.22 ERA, 108 and 2/3 innings pitched.
Yikes.
134 strikeouts, but he had a WHIP of 1.46. That's not bad.
So that's misleading.
Right.
Extremely misleading.
Mm-hmm.
Do
the Angels need pitching help? I guess is the question.
I mean, they did go out and sign. I think they signed somebody in free agency, but that doesn't mean that their rotation's not. How would we put it nicely for Angels fans?
Well,
their rotation's not exciting right now.
It starts at the top with their ownership, but that's just me.
Artie Moreno. Yep, I feel for Angels fans.
As
a Rays fan, we used to be in the same boat, but hey, things are looking up for us.
Yeah, until he sells the team.
Could you see Klassen starting the year in AAA or starting the year with the big league club?
I think just like Bud with the previous guy, I think that it'll depend on how he does in spring training during the spring. If he does well, yes, I see him being a starter with the Angels. If not, I think they send him back down, with the Bees, and then see if he can come up later in the year.
Okay, that was number 38. Number 37 prospect Carson Milbrandt, right-hander pitcher, Miami Marlins. Our first of 4 Marlins prospects, and they're all pitchers.
Yes, so he was just drafted in 2022. I don't see an active team for him. That's interesting. Um,
I think he might have been hurt last year.
okay, because he said his stats are 22 games started. He was 3-5 with a 3 ERA, 90 innings pitched, 113 strikeouts, and a 1.28 WHIP. So not bad. But I
No.
don't see the jersey that he's in on on minor league baseball is Jupiter. Looks like it says Jupiter on that jersey.
So that he must have played for the Hammerheads last year.
Yes, yeah, I think that's. Yeah, I mean, usually it'll tell you that they're active with a team, but it doesn't say he's active. But on on the minor league .com
Website.
minor league baseball.com.
Anyway, since we don't have stats for him, the Marlins traded 2 pitchers, so they have 2 open spots in the rotation now. Could we see Carson Milbrandt break camp with the team?
I can't see why not, bud. I mean, if you need pitching help, why not? I mean, and what's the worst that can happen? You play as bad as you did a year ago? Okay. so yeah.
Our number 36 prospect is the first, and I believe our maybe only prospect from the Red Sox, Franklin Arias, shortstop.
Okay, Franklin Arias. Yes, he played with the Portland Sea Dogs, the Double-A affiliate for the Red Sox. He had 479 at-bats. He had 278, 8 homers, 66 ribbies, 12 stolen bases, and he had an on-base percentage or OPS of 7.23. So not bad. He has a 299 overall average in the minor leagues, which is pretty damn good.
Not too shabby. Nothing to sneeze at.
No.
Is he blocked at this point to come up for the Red Sox because you've got Story at shortstop?
Yeah, I think he is at the moment. I think the highest he would go, Bud, would be Pawtucket with the AAA affiliate.
And something would have to happen to Story or Meyer.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, he. I think, like you said, I think he's kind of trapped in Double-A with Portland for now, unless they move him up to Pawtucket. So yeah.
So you can't. I don't think I could see him coming up this year unless he just absolutely gives the Red Sox no choice.
Well, I mean, again, if he rakes in spring training or during spring, yes, absolutely. Then yes, he gets called up.
That was prospect number 36. Prospect number 35, Jason Cherio, Guardians outfielder. And yes, this is the younger brother of Brewers outfielder Jackson Cherio. If y'all didn't know.
Yep, it says right here on his stats that he is brother of Jackson Churio. It looks like he's playing in Venezuela. I don't see. But again, he had 308 at-bats in 2025, a 237 average, 2 homers, 26 ribbies, 10 stolen bases, and his OPS was 665.
What I've noted before I think he could get called up for the Guardians this year because, I mean, I'm not saying Steven Kwan's a really good outfielder. Center field for the Guardians is Will Brennan, Gabriel Arias, right field. They got rid of Big Christmas for some off-the-wall reason, which was our favorite player to talk about last year.
Yep.
And he's already been DFA'd by the Orioles.
Right.
Come on, Rays. Come on, Red Sox. So that was Jason. Well, do you think there's a chance Jason Cherio gets called up this year?
I think slim that he gets called up with the Guardians.
Our next guy is Brewers catching prospect Jefferson Hero, I believe is how you say it. Brewers fans, you can let me know if I completely butchered that.
Yeah,
And right off rip, I'm going to say I don't think he's going to be up within the next 2 years because they still got William Contreras.
yeah, he's currently with the Nashville Sound.
Which is
Last year,
AAA.
AAA, he hit 251. I'm sorry, 251 at bats, 271, 11 homers, 57 ribbies, 2 stolen bases. His OPS was 839. So he got on base. He got on
Yeah,
base.
that's not
So,
the issue. The issue is
no,
he's blocked behind one of the best hitting catchers in baseball.
correct. I
And
agree.
probably one of the best defensive catchers in baseball.
I agree.
Sorry to people that want to say Adley Rutschman is a good defensive catcher.
Rutschman struggled last year. Sorry, Orioles
Very
fan.
mightily. But I could see if an injury happens and he's mashing in AAA this year, absolutely could see him coming up. We got our second Rays outfielder at number 33, Theo Gillen, making his debut on our prospect rankings.
Theo Gillen, okay.
And of course, he's an outfielder in a Rays system, which we talked about before with Trey Morgan. The Rays outfield is
Yeah. He's
filled.
with the single A affiliate, the Charleston River Dogs for the Rays. Last year, he had 243 at bats. He had 267, 5 homers, 18 ribbies, 36 stolen bases, and his OPS was 820.
See,
so,
that's the thing with the Rays is,
stolen base guy.
and I've listened to podcasts the whole entire offseason, and they just keep reiterating they want these guys to run. That's the key with the Rays, is if you get drafted by the Rays, you're going to be told that you need to be able to steal bases.
Should be that way. That's old school baseball. Sure.
Yep. Manufacture runs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Could you see Gillen has played some infield. He's played third base. He's played second. Could you see him up possibly this year for the Rays?
I'm gonna go with Bud how he does during the spring to see how he does. Maybe he gets promoted to I think is it Montgomery? That's their
Yeah, Montgomery.
The Biscuits. I could see him if he does well in spring, getting moved up to Double A, and then see where he goes. Because again, if he's stealing bases, you're gonna get called up.
Well, the thing is, I think we talked about it last year. At the end of spring training, Cameron Meisner wasn't supposed to make the Rays.
Correct.
Mangum wasn't supposed to make the Rays. And they both did because of injuries and how they played in spring.
Right.
And I want to say this before we move on. Jake Mangum, thank you for your time in Tampa. It was a pleasure getting to watch you last year. It's a shame that we had to trade you to Pittsburgh with Brandon Lau. But the Brandon Lau thing we're going to talk about later. Our number 32 prospect is a guy in the Blue Jay system, left-handed pitcher, Ricky Tiedemann. People forget that Ricky Tiedemann at one point was the number one prospect for the Blue Jays.
Actually,
and he was not in our rankings last year.
Yeah, they have him active with the Jays, actually. But he is also playing with the Buffalo Bisons, or I believe is the AAA affiliate for the Jays. Yeah, because I don't think he pitched last year, but I only have 2024 stats.
He was recovering from Tommy. I think he was recovering from Tommy John or some type of surgery he had because 2024, I think, ended early for him.
Yeah, he only pitched 8 games. He was 0-1 with a 5.19 ERA, only 17 games pitched. So he must have got hurt early on in the season.
Could you see him being up with the Blue Jays this year? Obviously not in the rotation. The rotation is just disgusting.
Yeah.
Gossman, Cease.
They're going to make another run at the World Series a year ago. Maybe they can finally win one.
Could you see him being like a long guy that goes like 2 or 3 innings?
I could see him being a bullpen guy, bud. Yeah, and if one of your starters goes down, he could be that guy, that
Swing
arm
guy.
that comes in. Yeah.
That was number 32. Prospect number 31 is catcher Harry Ford of the Washington Nationals. And, I'm going to say this before we get to his stats. I don't blame the Mariners for trading him because they didn't want him to waste away in the minors and AAA because you're stuck behind the guy that should have won MVP and Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh, yeah.
So, and he probably wasn't going to see the big leagues for years to come.
Yeah.
But anyway, get to Harry Ford's stats.
His stats, he had 374 at-bats in 2025, hit 283, 16 homers, 74 ribbies, 7 stolen bases, and his OPS was 868. Stud.
That's stud worthy.
I could definitely. Well, who's the catcher, but in Washington right now?
Keibert Ruiz, but I've heard from Nationals fans they're ready to send him. They're ready to send him out the door. He can't hit worth the bright side of a barn.
I could see him then being the starting.
If he rakes in spring training, absolutely. And Keibert Ruiz, I think the only reason the Nationals are keeping Keibert Ruiz is defensive purposes.
Gotcha.
He's a good defensive catcher. So that was number 30. And yes, I can see Harry Ford being up this year for the Nationals.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Our number 30 prospect is a guy that was not in our prospect rankings last year. Cubs first base prospect, Jonathan Long.
Okay.
And again, here's another guy I'm going to say that unless something happens to Michael Busch, I don't see him coming up this year.
Let's see here. So he is currently playing with the Knoxville Smokies,
which is their Double-A affiliate. Which I'm pretty sure I don't live that far away from.
He pitched 140 games a year ago. Wait a minute. Is he a pitcher or is he a hitter?
First baseman.
I'm sorry. My fault. Okay, I was looking, I'm like, wait a minute. 514 at-bats, 86 runs, 157 hits. He had 246 base hits, 23 doubles, three triples, and 20 home runs a year.
So not bad.
Not bad. 20 homers, 91 ribbies, 79 walks, 116 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases, but he had 305. So that's pretty good for Mr. Long.
Yeah, but like I just said, he's blocked right now by Michael Busch. And I mean, I think you would agree that unless something happens to Michael Busch,
yeah,
Mr. Long, I'm sorry, you're going to be stuck in Double-A or AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Number 29 prospect, Tommy Troy, second base prospect for the Diamondbacks.
Tommy Troy, okay. Let's see here. He is currently with the Reno Aces, which is the AAA affiliate for the Diamondbacks. He had 499 at-bats, hit 289, 15 homers, 66 ribbies, 24 stolen bases, and his OPS was 833. Yeah. Who's the shortstop or second base for the Diamondbacks at the moment?
Could tell Marte, which they were talking about trading, and then their GM came out and said that we're pulling Marte off the trade block.
Oh, then they're going to hold on to him. Okay.
I can see, though, an avenue. The problem with the Diamondbacks is now that they have Arenado, Jordan Lawler's blocked, and he was going to probably be the opening day third baseman. And I would assume if Marte was to get moved, Tommy Troy would have a chance to be the opening day second baseman.
Yes.
But with Marte still being there, and he said the Diamondbacks GM, like I just said, Mike Hazen said that they're pulling Marte off the trade block. Do you think that means they didn't get the particular offers they wanted for him,
I think so,
or
but
they're trying to get into a bidding war between like 2 or 3 teams to see who has the biggest, who's willing to give up a lot of prospects.
I think it's a combination of both. I think it comes down to they went out to see who they could get, and they didn't get back what they wanted to get back. So I think that they said, okay, we'll go back, we'll throw him back on the team, and you never know before, spring training starts if they can make a deal with another team. Because obviously it looks like to me they have their second baseman in the wings.
With Tommy Troy or Jordan Lawler.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have the young guys that are down there. And again, also the interesting thing about having young guys coming up is they're not going to demand as much money.
Exactly.
So you're
there too. I think we both agree that Tommy Troy, he's going to have to force his way onto the Diamondbacks.
Well, I think, Bud, too, if you think like this too, if he has an outstanding spring, they may have to bring him up automatically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even if it's in a platoon, like a backup role at second base. And not saying he can't play third. I mean, Arenado, yes. Obviously, Arenado's your everyday third baseman.
Yeah.
But Arenado's going to need some days off.
I was going to say, he's not a spring chicken. So you're going to need a veteran guy like that's going to need a day off here or there.
Yeah. Now we get to our number 28 prospect, Rockies first baseman / outfielder, Charlie Condon.
Wasn't Condon on our list last year?
Yes, he was. He's a riser.
Okay, let's see here. Let me look up Condon's stats. I just that name sounded familiar from last year. Let's see here. Roll down the list here. Charlie Condon. Okay, so he in 2025 had 365 at-bats. He hit 268, 14 homers, 58 ribbies, 2 stolen bases, and his OPS was 820 with the – who is he playing with? It doesn't say. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Well, he's in the minor leagues for the Rockies. So
could we see him this year?
Yes. I mean, I say yes because the Rockies can use all the help they can get.
The Rockies are the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
And I say yes as well. Now we move on to prospect number 27. And a guy that I don't think was on the list last year and is making his debut. And some people may say this is a little too high for him. Andrew Painter, right-handed pitcher, Philadelphia Phillies.
For the Phils, okay. So he is currently, he's set with the Phillies. Let's see. He, in 2025, 26 games, he was 5-8, 5.26 ERA, 118 innings pitched, 123 strikeouts with a whip of 1.49 was his stats a year ago.
Could we see Painter in the big leagues with the Phillies this year? Because they do have a couple open spots in the rotation now.
Yeah, he was with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Again, another interesting name with these minor league teams call themselves. But yeah, I could. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be totally wrong about the Phillies. But do you think that their window is starting to close as far as?
Yeah, I mean, because Wheeler said he's probably got 1 or 2 more years left. Same with Nola. So I got to think you would see Painter maybe this year.
I would think so.
And he didn't pitch last year. Yes, he did for the Iron Pigs.
Yeah.
So that's prospect number 27. Number 26 is our first Mariners prospect, Lazaro Montero's outfielder, Seattle Mariners.
Okay, he is currently, looks like he is with the Everett Aqua Sox. Again, another interesting minor league team. Oh, the Arkansas Travelers, I guess. There's the AA affiliate for the Mariners. He had 490 at-bats a year ago, 241 average, 32 home runs, 89 ribbies, 7 stolen bases, 858. Yeah, did very well.
Repeat what you just said. 30.
32 home runs. 32 home runs in the minor leagues. Yeah, 89 ribbies.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say he might force his way onto the Mariners.
Yep.
Because right field is, I'm going to say, somewhat wide open. Center field, you've got one of the best young center fielders in Julio Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think we could see him this year?
Yes, I do. I do.
That was number 26. Number 25 is Quinn Matthews, left-handed pitcher, St. Louis Cardinals.
Quinn Matthews. Okay. Let's see here. He is okay. So Quinn Matthews. Okay, hang on a minute here. Yeah, we could do it that way. Okay, so he 2025. His stats were he was 4-7 with a 3.73 ERA, 24 games started, 99 innings pitched, 79 hits, 44 runs, 41 of those were earned, 6 homers. Yeah, and he hit 3 people. Hit by pitch, 3 people. But 4-7 for Matthews. The Cardinals need pitching help, I guess, is the question.
They do. I mean, they've gotten rid of Sonny Gray.
Yep. I mean,
and
yes.
You're probably not done dealing people. So I would say absolutely he should be up this year.
Yeah, I mean, if the team's going through a rebuild, which is what like the Cardinals are going to do, yeah, absolutely.
He's number 25. Number 24 is his teammate, left-handed pitching prospect, Cooper Jerpy for the Cardinals. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. I could be wrong.
Cooper Jerpy. He had 25. He didn't pitch in 2025.
I think he must have been hurt. But then again, like we said about Matthews, there's absolutely a chance Jerpy, if he performs in spring training, that he could break camp with the Cardinals.
Absolutely. No, I agree. I agree with that.
That was number 24. Number 23 is Braden Montgomery of the Chicago White Sox, outfield prospect.
Montgomery.
He was, I believe, on our list last year.
Yes, he is currently with the Birmingham Barons, which is the Double-A affiliate of the Chicago White Sox. He had 448 at-bats a year ago, hit 270, 12 home runs, 68 ribbies, 14 stolen bases, and OPS was 804 last year with the Barons.
Could you see him breaking camp with the White Sox? Because they do have some questions in the outfield, other than Luis Robert.
I think so. Again, though, I think the White Sox, just like with the Rockies and the Cardinals, you're going through rebuild. So this is where you bring your young kids up and build around them, build around your future.
Same thing. I could absolutely see him coming up. I was wrong. We have another Red Sox prospect. Left-handed pitcher Jake Bennett, who the Red Sox acquired from the Nationals. I believe, if I'm correct.
Yes. He was acquired in 2025. He had 19 games pitched. He was 2-5 with a 2.27 ERA, 75 innings pitched, 64 strikeouts, and his WHIP was 1.08.
Could you see him being a bullpen piece for the Red Sox?
I do, because the rotation's stacked in Boston, so yes, I could see him being a rotation.
I could too. Now we get to number 21 and Cam Caminiti for the Braves, left-handed pitching prospect.
Why does that name sound so familiar?
Because he was lower on our list last year.
Okay. Yeah, he's with the Augusta Green Jackets, which, if you know your golf, that's Augusta National.
No pun
trophy.
intended.
These were the single hit for the Braves. He started 17 games. He was 2-4 with a 3.09 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 90 strikeouts, a 1.26. I could see him, Bud, getting promoted maybe to Double A. I don't
Yeah,
know about the major league call up yet. Not saying that that's not gonna can't happen, but I just don't see that happening right away.
I'm gonna say the same thing unless he just absolutely torches in spring
Yeah,
and leaves
that's
the
where,
Braves no options.
that's where the name is. He's cousins of Ken Caminiti. He's the former base. Okay, that's where that name is coming from. Okay.
Yeah. So he's number 21. Number 20 is a guy that was a little higher on our list last year, but he changed teams at the deadline. Leodonis DeVries, Athletics shortstop, which I don't understand why the Padres made this trade.
Yeah, he'll be with the Padres now. Is that right, or is he with the
No,
A's?
he's with the Athletics.
Yeah, he's with the Midland Rockhounds, which is the Double A affiliate of the Las Vegas A's.
Well, we don't know what they're going to be because Las Vegas got shot down, not shot down, but denied, and so did Vegas.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to have to find a different name to go by. Anyway, back to his stats.
He had 455 at bats. He had 255, 15 homers, 74 ribbies, 11 stolen bases. His OPS was 806. Not bad.
Not bad. I mean, could you see him being up for the
A's?
A's this year?
Possibly.
Not at shortstop because they have Jacob Wilson, but I could see him maybe third base, maybe second.
I was gonna say being an infielder, platoon infielder, that type of guy.
Yeah. Our number 19 prospect is another A's prospect, left-handed pitching prospect, Jamie Arnold.
Jamie Arnold, okay. Let's see. Born in Tampa, Florida. Go figure. He's a local kid.
I believe he went to Florida State.
He did. He was drafted. Oh, so he just got drafted in round 1 of this year's MLB draft. So there are no stats on him.
And obviously that means he's probably not getting called up this year.
No, I wouldn't think that he would be called up.
But he is still eligible because he's a prospect. He's still eligible to be in our rankings.
He went to Jesuit High School, which is also in Tampa. Very, very good baseball school in Tampa.
Our number 18 prospect is a White Sox left-handed pitching prospect, Hagen Smith.
Was he on our list last year, Bud? I think
yes, he was.
Okay.
He was at number 43, I believe.
So last year he had 20 games pitched. He was 3-3 with a 3.57 ERA, 75 2/3 innings pitched, 108 strikeouts, and his WHIP was 1.30.
Could you see him being up for the White Sox this year?
Sure. Again, if the White Sox are going through a rebuild or whatever they're doing, absolutely.
Well, the issue is they've been actually spending. What's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an M.
Money?
Yes, they've actually spent a little bit of money this year in free agency. Munetaka Murakami, which Jerry Reinsdorf, he must have started to hear it from the fan base.
I'm sure.
That is number 18. Our number 17 prospect is Chase Petty, right-handed pitcher, Cincinnati Reds. First of 2 Reds prospects back-to-back.
Okay. So he was there. His 2025 stats struggled a little bit. 26 games, 6-13, 6.39 ERA, only 112 innings pitched, 102 strikeouts, and his WHIP was 1.61. I don't see him starting, getting up there, though.
AAA, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I can't see him starting the year in the big leagues. Our number 16 prospect is Reds outfield prospect Hector Rodriguez.
Hector Rodriguez. Okay.
Hector.
Well, nope, that definitely is not the Hector Rodriguez I'm looking for because that Hector Rodriguez has a died date, so that's definitely not the Hector Rodriguez I'm looking for. There we go. His 2025 stats, he had 527 at-bats. He had 283, 19 homers, 65 ribbies, 15 stolen bases, and his OPS was 786. Okay.
Could you see him being up with the big league club this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think if he does well in spring, why not? I mean, Tito Francona's got to. I mean, yes, I know they got into the playoffs last year by the Mets losing down the stretch, but whatever. So
The Mets gonna Met. Sorry, Mets fans, I had to. I had to. Set yourself up for that. Yes, I could absolutely see him being up in the big leagues. That was number 16. Number 15 is another outfield prospect in the Kansas City Royals organization, Gavin Cross.
Gavin Cross. Okay. He's with the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Again, these names for minor league teams are very cool. Double-A affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. Went to Vautech. He is a Hokie.
Go Hokies.
465 at-bats. He had 241, 17 homers, 64 ribbies, 23 stolen bases. His OPS was 704 is what he did. He plays outfield.
Yeah.
Is the outfield in Kansas City bombarded, or do they need an outfield?
I mean, you got Jack Caglione in right field and sometimes at first base. Center field leaves a little to be desired left. I could see if he has a good spring, I could see him being in the big leagues.
Okay. I would agree.
Number 14 prospect is Mets outfield prospect Carson Bench. And the Mets did lose a couple outfielders in free agency. And there's talk that maybe this Carson Bench could be up in the big leagues. What were his stats last year?
Yeah, he's with the Syracuse Mets, which is the AAA affiliate of the Mets. Not too bad, buddy. He had 441 at-bats. He had 281, 15 homers, 73 ribbies, 22 stolen bases. His OPS was 857. I could definitely see him up if he has a good spring to be in the outfield for the Mets.
Now we get to number 13, and it is right-handed pitching prospect Ben Hess from the New York Yankees. And I think we can both say that at the time of recording this, I don't think that he's going to be up in the big leagues because the Yankees just traded for Ryan Weathers from the Marlins.
Yep, he's with the Somerset Patriots, which is the AA affiliate of the Yankees. Last year, he had 22 games, 7-4, 3.22 ERA, 103 and a third innings pitched, 139 strikeouts. Wow, and a whip of 1.07.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. I would say, but because of that trade, I don't see him there, but I could see him being promoted to Wilkesboro, I think, or Wilkes-Barre or whatever the
Wilkes-Barre
AAA affiliate is for.
Well, I was going to throw this out there. The Yankees bullpen's good, but do you think they maybe give him a shot as a bullpen guy?
Could happen. I mean, he's 23. That's could happen. It could happen.
So that is prospect number 13. Prospect number 12 is right-handed pitching Cardinals prospect Tink Hintz. And yes, he was on the prospect list last year.
Yeah, he got hurt. He was hurt because he only had 8 games started, 0-1, 2.95 ERA, 21 and a third innings pitched, 24 strikeouts with a 1.22 whip. So he must have got injured a year ago for him not to start too many games.
Yeah, the third Cardinals prospect. And like we said about Jerpy and Matthews, absolutely there's a chance he could break camp with the Cardinals. Our number 11 prospect just happens to be another guy that was on this list last year, and he was a little lower. He was in the 30s. It is Sebastian Walcott, shortstop prospect, Texas Rangers. And yes, the Rangers do have an opening at second base, I believe, after Marcus Semien got traded. But
yeah, he's with the Frisco Rough Riders. That's another cool name for
Double A.
Double A team for the Rangers. 474 at bats, 255, 13 homers, 59 ribbies, 32 stolen bases. His OPS was 741. Not bad. Not bad.
Not too shabby. I mean, could they teach him second base?
I think if he was comfortable, Bud, with moving to second from short, sure. I mean, if that was my case and I was offered that to make the team, in a heartbeat, I try to learn the position.
Yeah, same. I think that's the only way he gets up to the big leagues right now, because shortstop is Corey Seager, and
oh yeah, no, yeah, that's not going to happen.
I mean, you could maybe convince Seager to move to second base, but it'll take a lot of convincing. Or maybe move Josh Young over to second base and put Walcott at third.
That's doable.
Our number 10 prospect is Padres catcher Ethan Salas.
There we go. Okay. And he is currently with the San Antonio Missions, which is the Double-A affiliate of the Padres. His stats from last year, 32 at-bats. He only hit 188, no homers, 5 ribbies, 2 stolen bases, and his OPS was 544. So I don't, unless he does well during spring, I do not see that happening this season.
I don't either. Our number 9 prospect is Twins right-handed pitcher, and the first of 2 Twins, I believe, on this list, Marco Rhea.
Yep, Marco Rhea. His 2025 stats, he pitched in 30 games. He had a 2-8 record, 6.02 ERA, 98 and 2/3 innings pitched, 102 strikeouts with a whip of 1.62. If the Twins need pitching help, yes. If not, I don't see that happening.
Same. Number 8 prospect is Brewers shortstop prospect Jesus Made. And there's talk he might break camp with the team because they've had issues at shortstop.
And again, another cool name for a Double-A affiliate, the Biloxi Shuckers. That is quite a name. Biloxi Shuckers.
What are you shucking for?
Yeah. He had 453 at-bats. He had 285, 6 homers, 61 ribbies, 47 stolen bases. His OPS was 792. Yes, I could definitely see if he has a good spring, he could be a Brewer.
Yep. Number 7 prospect is Zaire Hope, outfielder, Dodgers outfield prospect.
Zaire Hope, okay. He is currently with the Tulsa Drillers, the Double-A affiliate of the Dodgers. He had 458 at-bats. He had 266, 13 homers, 80 ribbies, 27 stolen bases. His OPS was 804. The problem with being on the Dodgers organization,
you're blocked because
you're blocked in every position known to man.
Except for maybe third base.
Okay.
Because Muncie's there right now, but how much longer?
Right.
But outfield, your Teoscar's in right. You've got, center field, maybe Andy Pages. Does he move the needle for you?
Not really, but then again, it's the Dodgers. They can fix the problem.
Put Mookie out center.
Yeah, he played there for the Red Sox. Why not?
That was our number 7 prospect. Number 6 prospect is a guy that did make his big league debut last year, but he did not pitch enough innings to be disqualified from the list. Pirates right-handed pitching prospect, Bubba Chandler.
Bubba Chandler. He had 24 games pitched, 5 and 6, 4.05 ERA. He had 100 innings pitched exactly, striking out 121 with a whip of 1.48. Not
I
bad.
can see him absolutely being in the big leagues with the Pirates this year.
Me too. I would agree.
I think the only reason they call him up at the end of the season is they wanted to reserve that rookie because they called him up after August 15th, which means he would keep that the rookie eligibility.
Right.
That's like the Rays with Carson Williams. So he's our number 6 prospect. Number 5 is another Marlins prospect. And the second of our 3 Marlins pitching prospects, left-handed pitching prospect for the Marlins, Thomas White.
Thomas White. He's with the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, which is the AAA affiliate of the Marlins. Again, another cool name. 21 games pitched, 4 and 3 with a 2.31 ERA, 89 and 2/3 innings pitched, striking out 145, and his whip was 1.18. Not bad. Not bad. He's in AAA. Why not? I could see him.
I could see him breaking camp with the Marlins if he he doesn't even have to shelve. He just has to do good because, like we said earlier, they have a couple open spots in our rotation.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be surprised if another one comes up and soon enough with Alcantara being traded. Even though they keep saying they want to keep him. Only time will tell.
Yep.
And our last Marlins prospect, left-handed pitcher Robbie Snelling.
Robbie Snelling. Let's see here. Okay. He is currently also with the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, the AAA affiliate. He pitched 25 games, 9 and 7 with a 2.51 ERA, 136 innings pitched. He struck out 166 with a whip of 1.11. I could definitely
Again,
also
like
see
we've said about the other 3 Marlins pitching prospects, there's no reason not to give him an opportunity. So he's number 4. Number 3 prospect, Tigers outfield prospect, Max Clark.
Max Clark. He is with the Erie Seawolves, the AA affiliate of the Tigers. Last year, he had 431 at-bats. He had 271, 14 homers, 67 ribbies, 19 stolen bases, and his OPS was 835. Yeah, I mean, what's the outfield like for the Tigers?
Riley Green in center. In left. Center field. They had a whole mixture of guys in center last year, right? Sometimes it's Kerry Carpenter. Sometimes it was like Matt Vierling.
Okay.
Which Matt Vierling to me doesn't really, and I don't know about you, but to me he doesn't really move the
needle. Okay.
Yeah. I can see Max Clark has a good spring. He's in AAA, and then if he mashes in AAA, he's not going to leave the Tigers a choice.
Right.
Now, so Max Clark may have a chance to make the opening day roster for the Tigers. This guy, there's already been talk that he's probably going to get an opportunity to crack camp with the Pirates. Pirates shortstop prospect Connor Griffin. What were Mr. Griffin's stats last year?
His stats last year, he's with the Altoona Curve, which is the AA affiliate of the Pirates. He had 484 at-bats. Wow. He had 333, 21 homers, 94 ribbies, 65 stolen bases. His OPS was 942. If he doesn't, it's a shame. I'm just going to say that out loud. If he doesn't make the opening day roster, it's a shame.
Excuse me with those stats?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me. 33 home runs, 65 stolen bases.
Uh-huh. That is correct.
Yeah, Pirates, you're beyond dumb if you don't give him an opportunity to make at least have an opportunity to make the opening day roster, which they've already said they're going to give him.
Yeah.
And we have a new number 1 prospect. It is not Marcelo Meyer anymore. It is right-handed pitching prospect from the Rays, Brody Hopkins, who might have an opportunity to make the opening day rotation for the Rays now with the trade of Shane Baz, which we'll talk about in a minute.
With the Montgomery Biscuits, the Double-A affiliate of the Rays, in his 2025 stats, 25 games pitched, 5-7 with a 2.72 ERA, 116 innings pitched, 141 strikeouts. Jesus. And a 1.25 whip. Wow.
Excuse me, I don't think I heard that right. How many strikeouts?
141 over 116 innings pitched. That's about,
Good.
if you do your math
Get
correctly, that's
out
about
of town. That's disgusting.
Yep, I agree.
He's going to have a really good opportunity. The opening day roster.
I hope that I get the opportunity to cover the Rays again this year, and I'm hoping to see some of these prospects that we're talking about for the Rays coming up and see them live in action at Tropicana Field now that the stadium is being reopened.
America's ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
Even though people want to hate on it. Anyway, the next order of business is us talking about the Brandon Lau. We briefly talked about it in our last show we had, but we're going to fully break it down here, starting with Shane Baz. Why do you think the Rays moved on from Shane Baz?
Honestly, with Shane Baz, I think, to me, Bud, being that I got an opportunity to cover, part of a season with them, I think inconsistency. I mean, if that's even me to say out loud.
I mean,
I just think inconsistency, I think, is what got him.
He's going to get fixed in Baltimore.
Baltimore? Yeah. Because let's see, last year, let's do this. You see, he
finished the season strong last year.
Correct, he did. So I just think I think maybe it's one of those things where sometimes, and we've talked about this in the past, sometimes changing addresses helps you out. Getting a new team, new locker room, new coaches, sometimes that helps your psyche, and you go, okay, and then that turns to on the field production. So yeah, I could see him definitely. And again, it's just disappointing that he's pitching for a division rival the
return for Baz was Eric Neander again working his master class.
Got to meet him. Very nice guy.
Slater DeBruyne, Caden Bodine, and two other prospects for Shane Baz.
Yeah.
And then for Lau, you got an outfield prospect and a young pitching prospect. And to wrap up the Shane Baz part of this, that means everybody in that trade the Rays made with the Pirates back then, for when they gave up Chris Archer, Austin Meadows is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Glasnow's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Baz is gone. Well, and I don't even know what Austin Meadows is doing now. He's not. I don't think he's playing baseball anymore.
I was gonna say I haven't even heard his name in years.
Because I remember he was with the Tigers and he was just having and this is no joke. He was having mental health problems.
Mm-hmm.
And he stepped away. And as we say all the time, it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean,
especially if you're look at, for example, Austin Meadows. He knew something was wrong and he needed to step away. And obviously the doctors told him, look, baseball is probably not the best thing for you anymore. But like we said, that wraps up the Archer trade tree from the Rays to the Pirates.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which I still have to laugh that the Rays fleeced the Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And the player to be named later was Shane Baz.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Glasnow, Meadows, and a player to be named later, which ended up being Shane Baz, which for the couple years we had Shane, he was pretty good.
Yes, I agree.
And now we get to the longest tenured reign, Brandon Lau. And we briefly talked about it the other 2 weeks ago when we had a show. We both knew that Brandon Lau was probably on his way out because there was talks at the deadline of him being traded. And you covered the Rays, and what were some of the things you were hearing about Lau when you covered the Rays?
The thing with Lau, obviously, number one is he was the highest paid player on the team. So there's number one right there, financial. And as we know, previous ownership,
cough, cough, Stu Sternberg.
Yeah, he didn't want to pay players. They got rid of players for that reason. Number two, Brandon Lau was, again, just like with Shane Baz, at times he could rake it. And here's what you get with Brandon Lau: either a strikeout or a homer. That's it. That's what you got.
Yep.
And
outcomes.
I remember in 2024, I think he had a walk-off single, actually, that won a game for, I forget, it may have been against the Reds. I forget which team it was that he had the walk-off. But I mean, again, the inconsistency.
That's what I was going to say. He's too inconsistent.
Right.
And he could not stay healthy. He was always hurt.
And there's another reason why you want to get rid of him, why he's at the high point enough where you could get a big return for him.
They got a decent return for him. I feel like they could have went to another team and said, "Here's Brandon Lau. What do you have to offer us?" Like not to dog on Jacob Melton, but he was blocked in Houston because you're Don. You have Chas McCormick.
Mm-hmm.
You had for a couple of years you had Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
Cam Smith was playing a lot of outfield last year.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe that's why with the 3-team deal, and again, probably another reason, but why they did to Pittsburgh is they have a good trading. Because again, with the Meadows trade and all that,
Meadows, glass down Baz,
you have that, good relationship. You can make a trade with them. So yeah.
Well, before we wrap it up, why don't you tell them about our show? About your show, I mean.
Yeah, later on, guys, in about an hour and 20 minutes from now, we'll be on the Walker Report. We'll be talking, obviously, the national championship game is a week away. We'll be talking NFL playoffs. I'm sure we'll throw in some WWE in there as well with Drew McIntyre as the champion. Ugh. That makes me sick to say that.
Me too.
Yeah, we can talk about that on the show as well. But again, 8 o'clock, guys, Walker Report. We will be on there. Alec will be on there with my two great other co-hosts in Adam and Lewis. So, and last week, guys, we did we just watched the first half of the Ole Miss Miami game. So it was fun to sit and watch and kind of interact with each other. Well, other than one of us, me, had the TV faster. So I was telling the guys the plays before they happen. I'm like, okay, I got to shut up and let the TV catch up. But we do that from time to time. So, yeah.
Yep. But, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for tonight's episode of the Around and Diamond podcast. We will see everybody back here Tuesday with our college football 2025 wrap-up show.
See you guys
and
then.
It is full baseball moving forward.
Moving forward. Yep.
Okay.